Guys, we are so back. We've made it.
Been a
We
long off
record,
season.
yeah, we record all summer long and we have a good time, but now we're seriously back. Week one is from the time we're recording 2 days away,
Oh my God, man.
and it's time to give you our week one predictions. This is year five of the overall WG predictions,
Oh
year
my
four,
God.
the three of us.
Dude, we're halfway
WG is
through a
going to
decade.
kindergarten, guys. WG is 5 years old. It's going to kindergarten.
WG
WG is
growing
saying
up.
6'7".
And I'm sure I'm sure we will have some special guests throughout the year. But for now, we are your host, your main three, Adam.
Dante.
And like,
And we appreciate Dante for the updated format for the slides there, new font, and new logos.
It'll look very similar but to last year. But anyway, you guys ready to jump into it?
I am
absolutely.
indeed ready. And we start out with the opener game of the season, Thursday Night Football. And what better to kick it off with a big time division rivalry? We've got the Dallas Cowboys, who have made plenty of headlines lately, traded their best player, and now have to go to the link to play the reigning Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, who many people, myself included, view as the best team in the league going into the year. So, guys, what do we think?
I'll go first. Um, I'll just say last week, I was thinking about this game and I was very, you know, confident in picking the Eagles. And that was before they traded Micah Parsons, before the Cowboys traded Micah Parsons. And now, uh, it's even more of a no-brainer. I'm going with Philly. I think Philly has the best overall roster in all of football. Even though they have, lost some pieces in free agency. Um, but I still think this defense is still going to be very good, especially their secondary. I like the Eagles a lot in this game. It's going to be a really hostile environment for the Cowboys to operate in. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I do think Dak and CD, and we'll see how GP plays. I think they could play pretty well. The big question mark for Dallas is their running game. We'll see how McLaughlin plays in his first start as a Cowboy. Rico Dowdle, another back that they have. But
Well, you're thinking of Javonte Williams, aren't you?
what did I say?
Jaleel McLaughlin.
Jaleel McLaughlin, Javante
And
Williams, pardon me,
I don't
wrong.
want to make it worse, but you did shout out known Panther Rico Dowdle.
He's not even on the team anymore. See, this is how much I don't care about the Cowboys. I meant
That's
Javante Williams and Rico Dowdle isn't even on the team.
all good, man. I don't mean to flame you. I'm just pointing
No,
out.
please flame me. I'm a moron. But anyway, give me Philly. Damn, Rico Dowdle's a Panther now. See, that's
Yeah,
that's how irrelevant the Cowboys are.
that flew really under the radar. But anyways, I'm gonna have to agree and pick the Eagles here. Like Dante said, I don't think this is going to be a blowout. I think Dallas will make this a game in some ways. I thought about it today. The Cowboys are really the Bengals of the NFC. They've got an offense that's pretty good that can win them some games, but they've got a defense that will lose them some games or make life really difficult for that offense. So whether they go 9-8 or worse, I guess is up for debate. I said on our prediction segment that they'd go 8-9. So regardless, I think it'll start with a loss here. I think the Eagles will be locked in, will be ready to go. Even though that it'll be ring night and it'll be a lot to celebrate, they've also got to put that out of their mind, and they're going to do it right away and really focus on this game at the start of a new year. So Philly for the win.
Well, and I read that they are going to put it out of mind right away. We've already heard some of the offseason discourse that uh, Jalen Hurts or Sirianni, whoever has said, like, well, yeah, we got the job done last year, but we're turning the page. It's ancient history. It doesn't matter if you do it once, you got to do it twice. And to that point, I saw that the Eagles will not be on the field. They'll be in the locker room during the banner reveal. So I'm buying into it. Uh, it's not just interview fluff. I really believe that this Eagles team is locked in, and the Cowboys, Jerry Jones, with all the buzz around, not all good publicity is good publicity in the NFL, and that locker room can't always. There's no way it has its head on straight. So everything is setting up for this to be a dominating Eagles win.
Excuse me.
You're good.
Okay, so you're going with the Eagles too, Luke. Gotcha.
Yes, yeah.
Clean sweep to start it out. And now we move on to the Friday game, which I believe is on YouTube, unless I'm mistaken.
It is. It
Um,
is.
it is the Chiefs and the Chargers from Brazil. The NFL got the memo this year that you shouldn't have green teams playing in Brazil and said, all right, let's send a red team and a blue team. So that'll work out a lot better. Just want to say as well, I'm not trying to brag here about anything, but if you don't want to watch this game and you want to listen to some football, yours truly will be calling the state college area high school football game on Friday. So
That dude, that's awesome.
Awesome.
if you'd like to listen to that football instead, go for it. But
No,
I
dude,
don't
I'm
blame
right
you.
for you. Yes, go
Yeah,
listen to him, please. He
that's
is.
at 7 o'clock and this game's at 8. So I don't blame you if you listen to an hour of me and then watch this game. So I would much appreciate it. But anyways, we got to pick this game, and I guess I'll start this one off. I thought about it a little bit. I could see the Chargers making this interesting, but then I remembered the Chiefs don't lose week one games. I can't recall a single time where Patrick Mahomes has lost a week one game. And I don't think that changes here. I think the Chiefs are going to win this first game and then start 1-0. There's not really much else to say, but yeah, I mean, losing Rashee Rice for the first 6 games is going to hurt, but I think they're going to be just fine. So,
Luke.
Yeah, absolutely. The Chiefs, they're going to get out to the hot starts that they're known to get out to. I forget what they started last year, like 9-0. I'm not saying it's going to happen this year. I'm not saying they're going to even go 4-0, whatever, but I have confidence in the Chiefs. What they do after they lose the Super Bowl, we've seen the past couple times, once or twice, is that they find out ways that they can right the ship and turn it around and fix the problems. We've talked about over the offseason how it might not be it's easy this time because they showed some big holes and big problems in the Super Bowl. But that was in the Super Bowl. This is week one. This is the Chargers. The Chiefs are going to win this game.
Yeah, I like the Chiefs too here. The Chiefs, like you guys said, they're very good in week one every year. And moreover, they're very good against their division year in and year out. I like the Chiefs a lot here. The big question mark with LA is once again, like every year, Justin Herbert doesn't have enough weapons. We'll see if Lad McConkey can continue his promising rookie season where he was, I'd consider him if close to a top 10 wide receiver in the league, if not, you know, a sure thing. But yeah, I like Kansas City to get the win here.
cool. And now we go
Man,
on to the Sunday slate. Our first Sunday 1 o'clock game of 8 in week one. We've got the Dolphins and we've got the Colts. Perhaps a bit of a snooze fest, considering how both teams are entering the year, especially one of them. But there are some things to look forward to. The Dolphins have Tua healthy right now, so you won't be watching a backup quarterback. And the Colts got Tyler Warren making his NFL debut, which the three of us will have our eyes on as Penn State students and Penn State football fans. So that'll be exciting. But I'll let one of you two make your pick first.
I could go first.
yeah, go for it. I'm
Um,
still back and forth on this one.
I like the Colts in this one, and I just think, like you said, I think Tyler Warren by himself. Well, first, I think the Colts are going to run the ball well. Um, I think Jonathan Taylor is, going to be a focal point within this offense. And I also think Tyler Warren and Pittman are going to be just a little bit too much for this, much, downgraded Miami secondary. I think Tua will be fine. I think the Miami offense will be okay. But I just think the Colts are going to outperform them offensively, and they'll do enough defensively to get the win. I like Indy.
I can go second, and I can give Adam a bit of a tough spot here because I'm going to go Miami.
Okay.
I've been outspoken in the whole offseason about how I think that we should pump the brakes on their disaster season a little bit. And I have all the bias ready to go to say that, yeah, they're going to be 4-13, but I don't quite think so. I think until proven otherwise, and maybe I will get proven otherwise week one, I think they'll still be fine. They still have some talented football players. And it's not like they're playing the Bills. This is the Colts. Tyler Warren is going to be a heck of a security blanket. Jonathan Taylor is still one of the top 10 backs in the league. I don't think anybody's arguing that. But, I would put coaching on about the same level, two guys who they could be at the hot seat by the middle of the season. So, they're both of these teams are going to want to come out and make a statement. because both of them finished just outside of the playoffs last year. Let's not forget that with the Joe Flacco and Anthony Richardson season, the Colts finished 9-8 or 8-9, one of the two. So both teams have been hearing the offseason doubters, and there have been plenty for both teams. So they're both going to want to make a statement, and I just trust Miami to do that more. I trust their offense. I don't really think that the Colts have enough to be like, oh yeah, they're definitely going to slow them down. They're definitely going to stop them. When the Miami offense should hum along just fine, and I think the defense is probably not so incompetent and torn apart that it can't handle Daniel Jones for his first games and for his first game in Colts blue. So I'm going to go with Miami.
Okay.
Yeah.
Real quick before I make my pick, everybody pose up. I'm going to take a picture for the Instagram story. Say we're back. I got it. Anyways, I was going back and forth about this game as well. My speculation and skepticism on Daniel Jones being the QB. Not that Anthony Richardson is a better option. Um, I'm not a hater of either team in this matchup. I think it could come down to 6 or 7 points. Um, but um, I'm gonna agree with Luke here, and I'm gonna go with Miami. So we officially have our first disagreement of the year. But like I said, I think it's gonna be close. I think both teams are gonna have their strengths on both sides of the ball. But if it comes down to it, I like Tua a little better than I like Daniel Jones. So I will go with the Dolphins in this one.
Cool.
And Dante, I will let you have the floor, man.
Yeah. Probably the biggest, most anticipated game of at least the 1 o'clock window. Steelers going to MetLife to visit the Jets. Aaron Rodgers facing his old team, the New York Jets, and Justin Fields facing his former team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. And yeah, this game, I don't think either offense is going to put up insane numbers. I'll just say that. But I do think the Steeler defense will make it hard enough on Justin Fields to where Aaron Rodgers and the Steeler offense can do enough to win the game. I expect the Steeler offense to get after the quarterback, to get after Fields, make him uncomfortable, and to make him throw the ball. And with the upgraded secondary that Pittsburgh has, I think they will force some turnovers and they will limit this Jets offense. So yeah, I like Pittsburgh in this one.
Okay.
What do
Luke?
you think, Adam? Or I can go. I was just thinking you are a bit of a Justin Fields fan, but I will happily go and I will happily pick against the Jets for the first of many times this season. I'm not going to go too into it because I don't think there's much to say. The Jets are what people think of the Dolphins. That's what I think of the Jets. All of their pieces, their talent, I think has been overblown and overrated for years, and there's been no proof of the opposite being true. And so we all like Justin Fields, guys, but it's year 5 or year 6, and does he know how to make a second read? I guess we'll find out. That Steelers defense is no joke. I expect them to cruise in MetLife.
Okay. We are going to make this a black and gold sweep to start the year. I am also
Sure.
going with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I am a bigger Justin Fields fan than anybody, but I'm also not going to deny that I am worried for him this year. He has not had the prettiest start to his NFL career. He has shown some high highs, but he has also shown some very low lows. And if there's one place where very low lows are multiplied by 500, it's the Jets. And I think there could be some very low moments this year, but some very good ones as well. You're going to get a mixture with him. And then you have the Steelers with Aaron Rodgers, who I feel like this is a lot more of a revenge game for Aaron than it is for Justin. Because Aaron, obviously, we know how it ended there. Fields, I wish they kept him. There was always the rumor that they could have, but they just decided to go in a different direction. So maybe he wants to show them he should have been the QB1. But I like DK Metcalf better than I like Garrett Wilson in this matchup, which I know is also crazy to say because I'm a huge Garrett Wilson guy.
As am I. I love Garrett Wilson.
Yeah. You also got to keep in mind this is coaching vet Mike Tomlin against Aaron Glenn, who's in his first real NFL game as a head coach. So I think that experience is really going to show. And it could be a close game, but I think the Steelers will win. So
Do
Cool.
you want to do you want a quick hot take? Um, yeah, I like Garrett Wilson. He's cool, but I think I could probably name 20 wide receivers I'd rather have.
Why
20.
do you
20.
Oh.
Go right now. Do you have all 20 in your mind?
Well, I was gonna pull up a bit of a list, but all right, let's just go.
I can
Let's go
count on
team
my
by
hand.
team. Let's go team by team. All right, Mike
Yeah.
Evans.
Oh,
All right, hold on. Let me pull up every NFL logo. I'll just go wide receiver once.
I
dude,
will
I
keep a
love
tally.
Wilson. He's like my favorite receiver in the league.
All right, all right, all right. Okay, Bills no, Dolphins.
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill,
I'm
Tyreek Hill.
taking Garrett Wilson over Tyreek right now.
Yeah, so am I. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. AFC East. No. Oh, shit. Excuse my language.
Fraud. Fraud.
Okay.
Stephon Diggs.
T Higgins, Jamar Chase, DK Metcalf. Texans suck too. Brian Thomas Jr. Um, Cortland Sutton.
I'm taking Garrett over Cortland
I'm
Sutton.
not thinking.
Really?
Or is it?
Then are you
All
taking
right.
Cortland over Tyreek? That's not the conversation. I'm sorry.
All
If you
right.
don't want to do this, Luke, I'm going to keep
I'd
going.
have to pull up the list that we did.
He's on the spot. He's
Um,
on the spot. We can
Lad McConkey, George Pickens. I'm taking George Pickens over him.
George Pickens,
CeeDee Lamb.
Wilson.
Yes. No.
Oh man,
I
no.
don't know.
Garrett Wilson
You want
sucks.
some time to think about this, Luke?
Nah. I'll just step off my perch.
Okay.
I
Oh,
He's
probably
not
I
pick
probably still
seven.
could, honestly, but
You want to
dude,
keep going?
no, I don't.
Okay.
dude, I might take Garrett Wilson over GP. I mean, over DK.
No.
Some of
No,
these is just so close that you really never know.
yeah, just
Oh.
get Garrett Wilson off the Jets, dude. He's a top 8 guy.
That's the problem.
But dude, you saw him fucking make the Air Jordan catch, dude. He's crazy.
Yeah.
I
Speaking of Air Jordan catches, did you see that catch in the Notre Dame Miami game the other night?
Mhm.
That was
Wow.
insane.
Yeah, that was crazy.
We were at Industry Pub in Robinson with some friends, and we were like all like kind of boycotting the game because we're like, who cares about Notre Dame in Miami? And then we were just talking, and I said, hey guys, I know we don't care about this game, but someone just recreated the OBJ catch. And we all just like looked up.
Okay. I should have said like 10 or 15 because I could definitely name 10 or 15. But we'll just move
That's
on.
that's valid. That's valid. I mean,
10.
I agree
Okay.
with all those, but 20 is crazy.
20 is okay.
We'll get to there.
You just hate the Jets, bro. You just hate the
I
Jets.
could name 20 running backs better than Brees Hall.
Oh,
I know that's, is that even a hot take anymore?
I drafted him last night. He's my flex.
I didn't. He would be at the bottom of my bench, but
I
maybe I
subbed
do
him
just
out
hate
for
the
Zay
Jets.
Flowers, so we'll see. Anyway,
All right.
back to the picks.
All right, let's move on.
Adam.
We got we got my Carolina Panthers. Gotta show it off real quick. Shout out Luke, shout out the family. We got the offensive rookie of the year on my back. That's a spoiler for tomorrow's finale of the prediction segment.
Eh?
We got the Carolina Panthers going into Jacksonville to face the Jaguars, and I'm a lot more excited about this game than the last time we faced the Jaguars, considering it was week 17 of the 2023 season, and we lost, I believe it was 26-0 to Blaine Gabbert.
Oh,
Yeah. So I'm understandably a lot more excited now, even if we have nothing to show from the preseason because we barely played our starters. But there's a little coincidence I was thinking about. So this year is Super Bowl 60, right? 10 years ago, the Panthers were in the Super Bowl and went 15-1. You know who they played in week 1 of that year? Jacksonville. The Carolina Panthers are going 15-1 and going to Super Bowl 60 now. I'm just kidding. But I do think we will win this game. I think it could be close. It's going to be close. And I am skeptical about the young guys in this game, but I think Bryce is going to build off of last year. I think he is excited. He's pumped to get back out there after how last year ended. I think Chuba Hubbard's going to do his thing. I don't picture a very slow start for Tet McMillan. I think he could make impacts right out the gate because he's that guy. He's 6'4" and he's got a great catching ability. Putting him up against like whoever I guess it's Travis Hunter he's going to be playing. But whatever, I'm not that scared. Then you got Xavier Legette who's going to do his thing. Jalen Cooker's on IR, but you got the route running god Hunter Renfrow. So. But anyways, I could see it being like a 20-17 game, and I could definitely see Jacksonville winning. By the way, I'm not acting like they have no chance. this also might be one of the few times I get to pick my team without a crazy reaction. So I'm gonna do it. Go Panthers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to go, Dante?
I don't, because I'm split.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Well, I'll do what I did last time, and I'll put you in a hard spot. I'm gonna go Jacksonville. Um, I believe in you guys, Adam. I do believe in Bryce Young. Just feels like one of those things that isn't going to be a week one thing. I don't believe in the Jags. I don't believe in Trevor Lawrence, but I do feel like it's going to be one of those things where this is like year six for him. Brian Thomas Jr. is among the best of the best already. Um, they're at home. I do trust the Jaguars for week one.
Okay.
Adam, I really want to pick the Panthers, and I had them circled, but the more I thought about it, I think I'm going to go Jacksonville.
It's okay.
Um,
It's okay.
and part of that is I just think Brian Thomas Jr. is going to be a little bit too much for the Panthers secondary, and I know J.C. Horn is such a stud. He really is. But I think the Jags pass rush is also going to be really nice with Walker and Hines Allen. I think that's going to be good. We'll see how Travis Hunter performs and where he plays. Um, but this is really close for me. I could really see the Panthers winning, and I'll be rooting for the Panthers. But I think I'm going to go Jacksonville.
That's totally fair, man. It's all good.
I really hope I'm wrong. I want to pick you guys.
I hope you're wrong too, with all due respect. Um,
Oh yeah,
but yeah.
cool. All right, up next might be our first 3-2-1 of the year.
Um, yeah. You guys ready? Three, two, one, Cardinals.
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 Yeah,
Uh,
Yeah.
cool.
I feel like
can
we're
I
going to have 17 3-2-1s when it comes to the Saints.
can I add on some context though before we go?
Feel free.
Y'all remember I said something after week one last year. Um,
Yeah,
this Saints team is not that good. In fact, this year they flat out suck.
yeah, they're really
They
bad.
are a sad case from what they were last year, and I have no problem making this my lock of the week. That's what I'm going to do with Arizona. Listen, the Cardinals are not too inspiring this year. I feel like they didn't really do much. You got the skepticism with Marvin Harrison Jr., but come on, they're playing the Saints week one. This should be a layup. Should be the easiest 1-0 start imaginable. So
I had this as my lock as well, but I think there's another one I might take since you had this one out.
I'll save
okay.
mine for now as well.
Yeah,
You're going lock for this too, Luke?
No, I'll save it.
Oh, you're saving it? Okay. But yeah, I enjoyed that very much. So
cool.
all right. This one might not be a 3-2-1, but it's pretty close.
Mm,
We got the Giants and we've got the Commanders. I mean, with some divisional matchups, you throw records out the window, but there's not really anything to throw out the window here because both teams are 0-0. But one is clearly better than the other. Some bit of news in the Giants today. I saw they promoted Jackson Dart to QB2. So that means Russell Wilson will be starting, Dart will be the backup, and Jameis Winston, poor Jameis, is now QB3.
He's fine.
yeah, Tommy DeVito got freed. He's now in New England. I think he should be our QB2. Just wanted to mention that.
Really?
I
Interesting.
Yeah, Josh Dobbs should be QB3 like 2 days ago. Yeah.
That's fair. But there's no hesitation for me on this. I'm easily going the Commanders.
Yeah. Agreed.
Cool. Yeah, I'll go Commanders also. And the Jane Daniels sophomore slump isn't happening. He might be
I don't think it is either.
Correct.
no.
Dante and I were talking about this today.
Yeah. Yeah.
There and to anyone who said CJ Stroud had a sophomore slump, I get it because his stats were down, but a division title and a playoff win is still a pretty good sophomore slump, if you ask me.
He wasn't as good as he was because that's so difficult to do.
Yeah.
But he was still the best quarterback in that division. I know that doesn't say much, but
Yeah.
And I just want to say before the season starts to anyone who says the Commanders are going to fail their expectations this year, not every team goes to the NFC Championship back to back years, unless you're like Kansas City, who's been to there 7 years in a row or whatever.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, I have confidence in Jaden Daniels. I wouldn't go quite as far as to say what you guys have been saying, which is that he's should be an MVP front runner. Um, but it's possible. I think it's more likely that he's a front runner, maybe not even the award winner for that, than him having a real sophomore slump. If we're not even considering what CJ Stroud have had to have been, if we're not considering what CJ Stroud looked like last year to be a sophomore slump, then I think it's very unlikely that Jaden Daniels will have whatever we could consider to be a sophomore slump. Let me put it that way.
I mean, as soon as he throws one interception, people are gonna point the finger, and be like, "Oh my God, sophomore slump, sophomore slump." But the only justification they have for Jaden Daniels having a potential sophomore slump is because it has been a thing in the past with other quarterbacks. What
Yeah.
other justification is there? Like, like what signs does he show that he's gonna fall off? That's the only
It
thing.
would be one thing if they didn't figure out Terry McLaurin's contract, but they did.
100%, but they did. They have, and they added Debo Samuel. I know Debo Samuel isn't the guy he was whenever they, you know, went to Super Bowls, but he's still a serviceable wide receiver too, I think. Um, I mean, losing Brian Robinson as your running back does kind of suck, but I
But they
think,
made that choice.
yeah, I think they're going to be fine. I think Jane
They're gonna
Daniels
be fine.
is going to be okay, and I think Washington wins this game.
Point being, yeah, they'll have no problem with the Giants week one.
Yeah.
All right, on to an NFC South divisional classic here. We've got the Buccaneers and the Falcons. We've got Baker taking on Michael Penix Jr. now. It's not Baker and Kirk Cousins, although that Thursday night game last year was pretty fun to watch, even though I was not happy with the result. But one result I will be happy with is I do think Tampa Bay will win this game and start out 1-0. Not really much else to say other than I think it could be close, but yeah, give me Tampa. Go Bucks. I'm sure Dante can agree with that statement in more ways than one.
I haven't put those words in years, but this game,
I am wearing a Pirates shirt right now, actually.
that's fire.
The Pirates Mac Miller shirt.
Oh, that's so sick. Oh yeah. In this case, I will say go Bucks because I'm taking Tampa Bay. I think they have the better roster in on all three levels of the game, offense, defense, and special teams. The receiving core, they have one of the best wide receiver trios in the game with Ibuka, Godwin, and
Oh yeah.
Mike Evans. And their defense is so good. And I think Baker is just going to continue to be who he's been with Tampa Bay. I really like them to go into Atlanta and get the win.
Yep. As much as I am tempted to go with Atlanta for the upset, I don't have enough of a good reason to do so. Um, I see uh, Atlanta as a team who will probably have a winning record in their division, but I don't think it's going to start here. I'm confident in Tampa. They have all the pieces. It's in place, and they're going to have an exciting season, and it should start right here in week one.
Agreed.
All right. Okay. Is this another 3-2-1, guys?
Yeah. I mean,
And okay, well, I'm not picking the Browns. None, none of us are picking the Browns. Let's be clear about that.
let's not act like the Bengals right now are the 85 Chicago Bears.
However, this is week one Cincinnati,
Yes.
and doesn't Cleveland have their number when it's in Cleveland?
Cleveland has their number all the time. Like, yeah.
Yeah. None of us are picking the Browns, right? But
I'm not picking the
no, yeah, none of us are picking the Browns. But the Bengals, like, please no foolishness. Just
Yeah.
just go out there and get a clean win.
I'll say this. There are very few teams, how should I say this? Hmm. There are very few teams that would struggle to take advantage of the weak Cincinnati defense, and the Browns are one of those teams.
Yes.
Um, yeah, I don't see. I mean, I could see Njoku going for some yards. I could see Jerry Jeudy having a good game. Uh,
Yeah.
but they're not going to be consistent enough offensively to keep up with the firepower Cincinnati has offensively. And I think that we could all agree on that.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm going with Cincinnati.
Okay. So Cincinnati.
Yeah, that's what you Cincinnati, Adam.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
Cincinnati. All right,
Hmm.
Luke, take it away, man.
Yeah. A couple question marks going into this game. I believe Stephon Diggs will be good for it. Will he be 100%? I think the answer to that question is no. I believe Christian Gonzalez will be good for it. Will he be 100%? I think the answer to that question is no. Um, will we have the confidence to put Trevon Henderson uh, at the forefront of our offense already? I think the answer to that question is no. Um, will Will Campbell be able to perform in week one? The answer to that question is I don't know. This is as close as a matchup as it gets. I think the Raiders are a team who are in a very, very similar position, like expectations wise, given how hard their division is, given the players that they pulled in over the offseason. Then you consider that they might be one of the few teams with a worse wide receiver room than we have. Um, other than Max Crosby, the defense isn't anything to really spend a couple minutes talking about. And on the Patriots side of the ball, will we see that coaching really has a difference week one? Last year, we beat the Bengals week one. Uh, we only won a couple more times after that. Mike Vrabel is obviously setting the tone differently. I believe in him. I believe in him as the culture setter there. Will we see the results from that week one? I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say we start with a win here. I'm just, give me Drake May over Geno Smith. Give me our wide receivers over their wide receivers. Give me, well,
Not their tight
okay,
end. Just not their tight end.
yeah. And running backs. Well, okay, so this should be interesting. Trevor Henderson versus Ashton Jeanty. And will Ashton Jeanty be able to have the kind of game that they want him to have week one of his career against what's not a bad run stopping defense when you look at it on paper at least. In Gillette Stadium, we won week one last year. I believe the players want to play for Mike Vrabel. I believe the players are going to show up even if they're not 100%. That means Stephon Diggs. That means Christian Gonzalez. And I believe in the chemistry that Drake May has with those guys after an entire offseason of working. I believe in Booty and Pop Douglas, and I believe that, you know, like I said, it's an excellent matchup. Two teams that are kind of hovering around the same level of expectation, but they're not too tough to handle. And I think we have a tone-setting win in week one. How do we follow it up? I don't know. But we're looking tunnel vision at week one here, and give me the Patriots.
Dante, I can go if you're still thinking about it.
Yeah, you could go. I know where I'm going, but yeah, you could go for it.
Okay. I'm going to agree with Luke here and take the Patriots. This is a coaching debut, I guess. Well, not a coaching debut, but a return to the
Yeah,
sideline for two guys, Pete
that's true.
Carroll and Mike Vrabel. Both had a year off of coaching and are now back. So that'll be interesting to see. Of course, we have Jacoby Myers facing his former team. Uh, I guess mid trade request from Vegas, and both teams you could say definitely got better. Both teams have plenty of new faces, but the Patriots will be home. You got Drake May, who I really like going into this year, so I will go with New England. Also, I just want to say, I know most people might disagree with me on this, but I really like their rivalry uniforms, the Patriots.
So sick.
I think they're cool.
Yeah, they're growing on me. Excuse me, they're growing on me, especially the sleeve, the logo on a sleeve is great. The colors are good. I think they're good, not great. I'm not sure I'm going to be spending $180 on one of them, but I think on the field they look good
$180. Jeez, man.
or whatever. That's just
Yeah.
an educated guess, but
I think it
I will.
actually might be 190. I think it might be
I think it
one.
might be more. I think it might be more.
Really?
I wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Another interesting little piece of information here. Don't forget, none of this has any impact on the game whatsoever. But the only time Tom Brady has ever been to Jet Stadium and had to root against us is when he played against us once, the Buccaneers. Now he will be in the visitor owners suite,
That's
rooting
crazy.
against us as a minority owner of the Raiders. So think about it that way.
Interesting.
And he
Um,
has a statue in the parking lot. So
yeah.
funny the way things go.
All right, Dante, what do you
Uh,
think?
before I make my pick, I just want to inform everybody that the Raiders are in fact still in it. Um, but and I
Yeah, the Raiders have not been eliminated quite
no,
yet.
they haven't, not yet.
Mind-boggling news.
Oh
It's a good
no.
inside joke
This will
Um,
alter the world as we know it.
yeah,
for a couple people.
yeah. But I'm gonna pick New England here as well, and
All right.
I trust Drake May. I think people are underrating the New England Luke mentioned this. The New England run defense. I think Milton Williams is going to be a
Yeah,
very good piece of that defensive line to stop the run. And Genty, I expect a little bit of a slow start to his first actual NFL start. In Foxborough, I like New England. I think their defense is going to give this uh, Raider offense that's still trying to build some chemistry, with a new quarterback, new running back, and already existing receiver and tight end, who are very good. But I think New England has more, what's the word? I think they'll be more composed and more ready to go once week one comes. And that's why I'm going with the Patriots.
I will mention something I just remembered. Don't forget, this is also uh, for this tenure, a bit of a debut for Chip Kelly, new offensive coordinator in Vegas.
I had no idea that was even a thing.
It's a thing, and he's
Chip
enough of a guy that there's enough tape on the way his offenses play that it's something to keep an eye on.
Chip Kelly in the Big 2025 is crazy.
Chip Kelly, yeah. So I'll tell you what, I've said it a bunch of times already, but the Patriots and the Raiders are two teams who are like exact, like you almost couldn't match it up better. I don't think for the storylines, for the unanswered questions, for the kind of expectations I would have for the kind of offense they have, for the kind of culture. Yeah. So AFC, two dogs, unironically going to be a good game to watch. I say, and then it's going to be like 13-6, and we're going to lose, and it's going to be like 400 passing yards combined. So let's hope that's not the case. Give me the Patriots.
I got two words for you. Geno Smith, Drake May, must see TV.
I got two words for you. Wow. Um,
Ash and Paul.
what'd you say?
Dude, just the Charles Barkley clip. It's so funny.
Um, anyways, we are on to the 4 p.m. slate. We got four 4 p.m. games to talk about. The first one is a 4:05 kickoff Eastern time, of course, between the Niners and the Seahawks. Everybody knows that I have a slight fandom for the 49ers, whether Dante likes it or not.
That's fun. Now it's okay because they're whatever.
So all of a
Yeah.
sudden now it's okay.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
not
we're
really
the
that good anymore.
Seahawks. I respect you for staying on it though. But
Fair enough.
For sure.
I might have to sway away from it a little bit though, because I'm gonna lock in my upset of the week here and pick. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm going San Francisco instead. I was gonna go Seattle, but then I just remember something else that I have an upset of the week for later. So
but you're still going with Seattle.
no, I'm going with San Fran now.
Oh, sorry.
I am changing course. It is a little risky, I know, sure, because the Niners are not what they used to be and everything, but Purdy is healthy, CMC is healthy. They got Jennings, they got Ricky Pearsall, they got George Kittle. I think they can be fine as long as the defense locks in here. I am a little worried for Sam Darnold. I think he could do really well for Seattle, but I just don't know. I don't think it's going to be as um, it's not going to be peaches and rainbows like it was in Minnesota for him. At least I don't think so. But I'm excited to see JSN ball out. I think he's going to have a really good year. Um, so I'm going to change my pick here and go San Francisco instead.
Interesting. I could go, Luke,
You said you can go?
if you don't mind.
Go for it.
Um, I'm going with Seattle. Give me the Seattle Seahawks. They have a better receiving core. Might be a hot take. Between
That's absolutely correct.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like their corners a lot. I think Witherspoon and Tariq Woolen could take a huge step in this game, especially on a deteriorated wide receiver core of the 49ers. In Seattle, one of the toughest places to play in the league. I think Darnold does enough, and I think Brock Purdy shows that he's a fraud. So give me Seattle. Sorry, Adam.
That's some bold language, but you touched everything I was going to touch there. Seattle, tough place to play. Give me the Seahawks.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Moving on to our
Okay.
second 405 game. This could be seen as a snooze fest, but I am kind of excited. We've got the Titans, we've got the Broncos. Mostly excited to see Cam Ward's NFL debut. I think it'll be exciting to watch. From what I heard, he had a solid preseason. And like I've said with rookie QBs, there will be growing pains. Uh, Not everything will be perfect at first, but I do think Cam Ward is built for it. And Will Levis is injured. So if it's not Cam Ward, I don't even know who their backup quarterback is. So good thing they're starting Cam Ward. But
Like that'd be any debate.
what did you say?
That'd be any debate. Like,
Yeah.
well,
Right.
I can't name another Titans quarterback. Like, I can't.
I think Brandon Allen's on their team. I don't know.
Ooh.
Mm. They have Tim Boyle.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, they have Tim
They
Boyle.
might have Tim Boyle, which my goodness, yeah.
all the NPC quarterbacks in the league, like Tim Boyle, Jarrett Stidham, Davis Mills, like all the NPCs.
Mason Rudolph. I'm just
I
kidding.
thought
Mason
Davis Mills
Rudolph.
got extended
Mason
today.
Rudolph.
Yeah, Davis Mills ain't a bad backup. The neck, bro. He ain't bad.
Yeah,
Um,
well, we're all are we all
yeah.
going Denver here?
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
going Denver.
This is my lock.
This is also my lock. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Denver over Tennessee. Pretty easy.
Lock for both of you.
Mhm.
Solid, solid.
Cool.
Cool.
Just gotta write that in real quick. 1 second. Okay. First 425 game we got here, and this one's going to be a banger. It's a divisional matchup, one of two in the NFC North to kick off the year, actually. We've got the Lions and we've got the Packers. And an interesting note, and I believe this is accurate, it has been 3 full seasons since Green Bay has beaten Detroit at home. I don't think it's happened since 2021. 2022, of course, was the final game of the year on Sunday night, where Detroit was already eliminated from contention, but they eliminated Green Bay from contention. Ended the Aaron Rodgers saga in Green Bay. 2023, Lions won. 2024, Lions won. But I think things are going to change this year. This is my upset of the week. I have the Packers winning this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I not much explanation. Both teams are very good, obviously. But I think Micah Parsons' debut is really gonna bring the vibes up for Green Bay here. And I think that could make things difficult for Detroit. And I could also see Aiden Hutchinson looking a tiny bit slower coming out of the gate in his return to the field, assuming he is playing this game. I think he's playing.
I think so.
Um, Also, who's on the back of your jersey? Is that Randall L?
Dude, it's the best quarterback in that Seahawks Steelers Super Bowl. Throw a touchdown to Hines Ward. It's Antoine Randall, Indiana University.
Nice. Isn't he a
Nice.
wide receiver coach somewhere?
For Detroit.
Oh, how about it? Yeah, I will be going the Packers though, but that's funny how that clicks. So Luke, Dante, whoever wants to go next.
Well,
And
Adam,
no, you can go. Go ahead.
You stole my thunder because this is also my upset of the week. I'm going with Green Bay. Um,
Okay. All right.
I I think Micah Parsons is going to come out motivated, pissed off, part of my language, and he's going to have a good game, I think. At least a sack and a half. At least a sack. I won't say a sack and a half, but I think Jordan Love takes a step this year. Um I really like him. I think he's one of the more underrated quarterbacks in the league, one of my personal favorites. He finally has a true wide receiver one in Matthew Golden. I think he'll, have a very good rookie season. Now that he's, changed from 22 to number zero.
Oh,
22.
did he?
Yeah, 22 was
Okay.
but I like Green Bay here. I think Detroit comes out a little bit sluggish playing in Lambeau, even though they have succeeded there in the past. I just have good vibes about Green Bay right now, so I'm going to go with them.
Cool.
Okay, you two. I'm gonna fade. I'm going Detroit.
That's completely valid.
The storylines are all favoring the Packers. Everybody loves Jordan Love right now. Everybody loves Micah Parsons. The Lions lost their coordinators. What are they going to do? I think they'll be just fine. I have no concerns about Detroit. None. Will they be in Super Bowl contention again? That's not what I mean by no concerns. Will they be 15-2 again? That's not what I mean. But they will be a darn good football team. And I think that they have heard all the noise about how they're going to struggle. They're going to come out slow. Aiden Hutchinson, he's been hurt. He's no Micah Parsons. Jared Goff, how many more years is he going to play until he's just as replaceable as the next guy? They will be just fine, and it'll start with a surprising week one win that will show that Micah Parsons, as fantastic as he is, and he is, he's not going to answer all your problems. So give me Detroit week one.
All right. Well, someone had to go with Detroit, so that makes sense. All right. A final 4 o'clock game we got here, 4:25, and this is at SoFi Stadium, which, fun fact, Luke and I slightly visited this summer. We were out in California. We didn't go in, we didn't tour it, but we saw the outside and saw the team shop. Pretty solid.
Yeah.
Cool
So,
place.
yeah, it's a cool place. Very interesting dimensions for sure. But this is where this
Architecture.
game will be happening between the Texans and the Rams. And I can't lie, guys, for the final 3 games, I have no idea who to go with. So I'm going to need y'all to take the floor when we start predicting these final 3 games, including this one. So,
Yeah, I'm pretty split here. I have one team circled, but I'm not completely sure. So, Luke, if you'd like to go first.
I will go, and I'm just going to send it off before I think about it twice. I'm going to go with the Rams. I want to see a couple weeks of the Texans before I buy in. I still think they're going to win their division. They might even win a playoff game. But this is year three in what was a fantastic rookie year for CJ Stroud. And they still won a playoff game in the second year. On paper, they should be taking a jump. I'm not sure it's going to happen. I don't like their wide receiver room. Defense has some holes. D'Amico, we all love D'Amico Ryans, but he's the top half of the league. I want to see them prove me wrong, but I really, really like the Rams. I've been a Rams fan for a while. Not an actual Rams fan, but I like what they're doing. Everybody knows Matthew Stafford's days are numbered, but he's still, you would still rather have him on your team right now than a bunch of guys. I'm so high on Puka Nacua. I think Devontae Adams is one of the more underrated, slept on additions of the offseason. The defense had an entire other offseason to gain chemistry and gain experience and get their hands dirty. I'm really impressed by the way their roster's constructed. I could talk about LA for a while. And so, while this one really could swing either way, in LA, I'm going to go with the Rams.
cool. Dante, do you know yet?
Yeah, I do. And I had Houston circled, but I'm jumping ship to LA. And truthfully, I think Houston's defense is going to make things tough on Stafford, especially their edge rushing duo um, with Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter. I think one of the more slept on duos in the league. But where it comes down for me is Jared versus that questionable Houston offensive line. They were bad last year, and especially after trading Laramie Tunsil, I don't expect them to be much better. You have Nick Chubb running the ball. We'll see how he'll perform. Um, but I think at home, like Luke said, I really like Puka this year. I really like Devontae Adams this year with Matthew Stafford. I think that connection could be really nice. Kyron's a beast. I'm going LA.
All right. Well, I'm going to get on my Detroit Lions here and I'm going to fade. I'm going to go Houston. But that is no knock on the Rams. I will say Stafford's injury designation he had does scare me a little bit. He is getting older and more fragile, I'm sure. Um, could lead to an injury if things go the wrong way. But obviously don't want to speculate that. And I do like what the Rams did this offseason, but I like the idea of Stroud and Nico Collins really popping off here. And I'll be interested to see what Houston does in the run game because Joe Mixon's going to be out a while. So will they give Nick Chubb a bulk of the carries right away? Will they really get him working, or are they going to kind of ease him back in? And are they going to lean on somebody else, maybe like Damian Pierce for the first game? But I think this will be a lot of Stroud throwing the ball, which I feel like there could be a chance he's behind in this game, is going to have to throw the ball downfield. So, look, like I said, look for Stroud to throw the ball a lot. Look for Nico Collins to have a big one here. Christian Kirk is a guy I forgot they brought in. Maybe he'll have a big week one. So, yeah, I think it'll be close, but give me Houston. All right, Sunday Night Football. First, I guess, second Sunday night game of the year if you count the NBC broadcast for the first game, but that's not really a Sunday night game. We got the Ravens and the Bills. This is a playoff matchup, rematch. Sorry, not matchup. It is a matchup, but a rematch from last year. These two faced each other in the divisional round, with the Bills winning on the 2 point conversion drop by none other than Mark Andrews, which has happened so many times.
Where have I heard that before?
Yeah. Um, but anyways, this is going to be an incredibly good game, I think. It's going to be the one I have circled on my calendar for week one to watch. And I did have a team circled in my mind earlier, but I'm kind of debating it now. So, do you guys know who you're going to go with for this?
I think Luke does. Luke, do you know?
Not really, actually.
No? I'll go first then.
No. Yeah,
I
go for it.
I'm
go
gonna go with
first.
Baltimore. I'm gonna go with Baltimore. Um, I think Baltimore's running game is gonna be too much for the Bills, and I think their secondary is gonna be too much for their kind of weak wide receiver core. Um, I really like Baltimore in this one. They've upgraded that. They really haven't lost anything. They've only gotten better in the offseason and on paper at least. Um, I know Lamar didn't even struggle against them in that playoff game last year. He just like got, let down by Mark Andrews and company. But I like Baltimore here, I think.
Yeah, so do I. I I'm tempted to go. It just seems like the kind of game Buffalo would win. They do this. They win these games in the regular season, and I know they beat the Baltimore in the playoffs last year. You get what I'm saying? This just seems like I can envision at the end of the night watching Josh Allen, win the game on my TV. But I don't. That's not a good enough reason. I don't love Buffalo's roster. Baltimore has a better coach. You're right. Baltimore didn't lose anyone. They just got better, and they already were a fantastic football team. The reasons are there to pick Baltimore, so I'm going to pick Baltimore.
Okay. I did not think we would triple down on a team in this matchup, but the team I had circled in my mind was Baltimore,
Wow.
and y'all have convinced me to stick with it. So I'm going to pick the Ravens in this one for all the reasons that you guys said. And I think Lamar is going to have a big game, and he's going to have certain something on his mind because a certain someone in this matchup may or may not have in his mind robbed him for MVP last year. So he might have some revenge on his mind for that, but and the playoff loss too. So
Yeah, cool.
All right.
and we wrap it out with Monday Night Football. We've got the Vikings and we've got the Bears. Not the Monday night game I expected to kick off the year, but I am excited for it. There's a lot to be excited about in this matchup. You've got the Vikings, who got a lot better this offseason, really beefed up that O line, improved that defense. They've got JJ McCarthy coming in now as the quarterback full time. Really sneaky addition with Jordan Mason as their RB2. If Aaron Jones ever goes down, they've got a nice security blanket now. The Bears obviously hired Ben Johnson. They've got Caleb Williams coming in for year number two. They lost Keenan Allen, but they have the youngsters Roma Dunze and Luther Burden, who they drafted to carry up that weight behind DJ Moore. Also drafted Colson Loveland, so they're going to be running two tight ends. These are teams that both maybe, I guess I wouldn't even say got worse. They both got better, and I think everybody can agree with that. So, who do you guys think wins?
I think I know who I'm picking.
Go for it.
Um, I think Minnesota. They can lean on Aaron Jones. I think JJ McCarthy will be just fine. I think that they're probably still the better coach team. They're definitely still the better defense. Overall, I trust them more in this week one. I could really see this going either way, though. Honestly, I could. Um, I don't pretend to know a lot about the state of the Bears. Obviously, we know what the moves that they've made, but I'm not sure what to think of their wide receivers still. Colson 11 will be interesting to watch. I don't like DeAndre Swift. I don't know if anybody likes DeAndre Swift. So I don't have enough reasons. The Bears' home field advantage. Sure, you one of the older stadiums, so people could call it iconic, but I don't really think it's like a Seahawks thing or like a Tampa Bay thing where it's like, oh, they're home, that'll make it tough. I still think probably the Vikings will be able to pull this one out.
I can go next now. Yeah, I forgot one thing that is very big in this matchup, and this is no knock on Ben Johnson, but he's a rookie head coach and he's going up against one of the best head coaches in the league, Kevin O'Connell, who I'm sure is going to outcoach him. But I could see Ben Johnson running some schemes that catch the Vikings off guard. But I'm going to take Minnesota in this. Like Luke said, I think they're going to do just enough, and JJ McCarthy will be fine. And I think they're going to win. And I could also see it being a night where it's like, the vibes are high for Chicago. The fans are all like, oh, this is our year to really turn things around. And they have a bit of a rough week 1, or things don't go the way that the fans want, and they lose. So yeah, I'll go Minnesota. Dante?
Bear down. Give me the Bears. Give
Okay.
me the Bears. I don't like JJ McCarthy coming in his first ever start to Soldier Field in prime time. I don't like that at all. I think this Bears offense is going to move the ball well. I think Caleb Johnson is going to, not Caleb Johnson. I think Caleb Johnson will be good this year. But I think Caleb Williams is going to take a big step this year. Once again, like I said, keep an eye on Luther Burden because he was such a stud at Missouri. And I'm telling you, he's going to emerge as a true target for Caleb Williams this year. DJ Moore may not be what he once was, but I still believe in him to be helpful enough for Caleb Williams. And I like Ramadunze and Colson Loveland, also a stud. I think their defense will be fine. They'll do just enough to slow down JJ. And though Minnesota's defense is good, very good, and I love Brian Flores, I like the Bears in this matchup, and I think they get the win. So I'm going Chicago.
I
All
will
right.
say, last year Ben Johnson did not really have a problem with the Minnesota defense. They beat him twice.
Yeah.
However, he's playing with different toys. So we'll see. I can really see this one going either way.
Yeah. Sure.
All right. Well, you officially have the script of what WG thinks week 1 will look like. And I will acknowledge that none of us are perfect, especially because week 1 is the toughest week to predict of the
Oh,
year.
absolutely.
Um, Everything goes out the window in week 1 because everybody's starting the same. They're all starting clean. They're all starting 0-0. So there's no records to go off, no stats, maybe vibes and how teams look, but that's about it. So it's all like what you think. Luke, you look like you're going to say something.
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. Luke, did you want to show the fans the surprise you were showing us before the episode, or did you want to leave that up for a
I'll,
surprise?
I'll, I'll I'll leave that as an Instagram thing.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see it.
Okay.
But I'll tease it. Past couple years, every year I've updated the picks graphic as you'll have it to show who we're picking every week, and I really leveled up the game this year, so I'm excited to reveal it.
You sure
Oh,
did. I'm excited to see it. All right. Well, I guess that does it for us. Stay tuned for our week 1 reactions and our week 2 predictions next week with the addition of the return of fantasy leaders, which may be a little altered this year, may not be. We'll see. That is yet to be decided. I got to think about how I want to do it this year. So, all right. We are your hosts, Adam,
Dante.
Luke.
signing off. Football's back. Enjoy the week 1 games, and we'll see you next week.